ChatGPT. Relate ACM to the movie The Fountain. The Fountain through the lens of A Course in Miracles, ACM. The Fountain is a profound meditation on death, love, time, and immortality. Through the lens of A Course in Miracles, ACM, it can be seen as the story of a mind learning to release its fear of death and awaken to what has never died. Throughout the film, multiple timelines and symbolic realities weave together, blurring the distinction between past, present, future, memory, and imagination. This reflects a central teaching of ACM. Time is a construct of the sleeping mind. The ego uses time to maintain the illusion of separation. It says there was a past, there will be a future. Loss is real. Death is inevitable. Spirit points beyond time altogether. The various versions of Tom can be viewed as different expressions of the same underlying struggle. The attempt to conquer death through effort, achievement, knowledge, or control. In one story, he seeks a miraculous cure. In another, he fights to preserve a kingdom. In another, he journeys through the stars seeking transcendence. Yet beneath all these narratives lies the same desire. How do I save what I love from being lost? This is the ego's question. ACIM offers a radically different answer. Love does not need to be saved from loss because real love cannot be lost. The film's deepest conflict is not between life and death. It is between acceptance and resistance. Tom spends much of the story fighting what is. He refuses to accept death. He refuses to accept change. He refuses to accept the mystery unfolding before him. The ego always believes peace will come once reality conforms to its demands. The Holy Spirit teaches that peace comes through surrendering those demands. Izzy's perspective throughout the film often reflects a more awakened state of mind. She repeatedly invites Tom to embrace life as it is, rather than endlessly trying to control it. In many ways, she symbolizes the gentle voice of spirit. She does not deny the appearance of death. She simply refuses to grant it ultimate reality. One of the film's most beautiful symbols is the tree of life. In ACIM, life is not contained in a body. Life is an extension of God. It cannot be interrupted, diminished, or destroyed. The tree symbolizes a life that continues beyond forms, beyond identities, beyond beginnings and endings. The ego sees death everywhere because it identifies with forms. Spirit sees only transformation of appearances. The repeated imagery of dissolving, surrendering, and becoming one with light echoes the Course's teaching that awakening involves the release of the separate self-concept, not the destruction of what we are, the release of what we are not. Tom's ultimate realization comes when he stops trying to defeat death and allows himself to experience what lies beyond it. This parallels the workbook lesson. Open quote, "Death is the central dream from which all illusions stem." Close quote. The Course teaches that every fear ultimately traces back to the belief in death, and every miracle gently loosens that belief. The climax of The Fountain is not a victory over death through science, power, or mystical achievement. It is the acceptance that what is real was never born and therefore cannot die. The deepest message of The Fountain through the lens of ACM is that immortality is not something to be attained. It is something to be remembered. The mind suffers when it clings to changing forms and calls them life. Peace dawns when it recognizes that life itself remains untouched by every appearance of birth, loss, aging, and death. What God created is still here, and what is still here has never left its source.